Welcome. I want to share a story with you that just happened yesterday. I'm reluctant to share it, but if it helps one person, then I guess it's worthwhile. I walked into a class yesterday, and it's a difficult class. I didn't know that's who it was going to be, and I responded with a sarcastic joke, trying to be funny, but it certainly wasn't. And one of the kids called me out on it. Like, that wasn't very kind. And I could feel tension rise, and I wanted to almost lash out. And I stopped, and I thought for a moment, and I walked over with the entire class, and I sat down at their level, and I looked at the student. I called everybody's attention, and I said to him, "You're absolutely right. I got that completely wrong. I apologize. It was a sarcastic joke. That's not who I want to be. It's not what I meant to say, and I'm truly sorry." And in that moment, the look in his eye and the young boy sitting beside him, who both can be challenging at times, there's no doubt. There was a look that I've never seen from either of them before. I can't quite describe it. It was surprise, uncertainty, somewhat happiness, I think. I'm not sure that maybe anybody had ever apologized to them like that before, a person in leadership. And why I'm reluctant to say this, because telling a story about being humble isn't very humble. I appreciate that. But as I said, if it gets through to one person, then I hope it's worthwhile. You can be the judge. And the class after that went spectacularly well, I must say. And in my experience, especially with my own children, humility truly creates bonds of trust. And when we can admit our wrongdoings, admit our mistakes, own up to them, it's incredible how difficult it is. The ego gets in the way so easily. And it didn't particularly feel like strength when I was doing it. When it truly is strength to admit our mistakes, to own up to them, I still don't know why it's so hard. I have some ideas. We really do all have this ego inside us that has this desire to be right, to be superior than others. And I think part of the purpose of life is to break free from that conditioning, from the ego. When I was thinking about talking about this, I went and did some research, and humility is most definitely a universal truth. Every holy book speaks of humility, whether it's the Bible, the Quran, the Tao Te Ching, the Gita. They all speak of humility and its power to bring us together. I get it wrong more often than most. I'm almost certain of it. I'm not just being self-deprecating. I make a ton of mistakes. And maybe it's just because I've come more willing to accept it and to be aware of my mistakes, but regardless, I mess up all the time. Sometimes I get tired of apologizing. That's the Canadian in me. But I really have found the strength that comes from being able to not have all the answers, to be okay with not knowing. I realize I know 0.0000000 and keep going 1% of everything. In my small experience, I've seen the world through my tiny little lens. And that's all I know. And there's so much more that I don't understand. And the desire to gain more wisdom, more knowledge is exciting. To look at every opportunity with gratitude and appreciation, every mistake as a, oh, okay, I get to learn and grow here, as opposed to the way I used to often think, I'm a terrible person, why can't I get these things right? Removing the personal self-deprecating judgments and being okay with making mistakes. And I made a doozy yesterday, and I could feel it immediately. And I was really brave of that student to call me out. It really was. And in that kid that I think can sometimes be difficult, whoa, he's clearly got a lot more insight than I thought. It was brilliant. And I don't know what'll happen going forward. But I suspect we've developed just a tiny bit more trust, and that hopefully I'll be able to lead him and what more can I ask for? We really do create bonds of trust when we can be humble. It's not about perfection. It's about recognizing the opportunities to learn and grow, to get a little bit better day by day. Nobility is not being better than anyone else. It's simply being a little bit better today than I was yesterday. Sometimes all this personal growth and development can be a little overwhelming, and sometimes like, God, please no more lessons today. But what fun would that be? Enjoy the journey. Oh, this beautiful day, this beautiful morning, winter wonderland. Can I be 1% more humble than I was yesterday? Is talking to the camera about being humble the exact opposite of being humble? I don't know. We're just learning together. We're growing. Next time you make a mistake, try to reach out to somebody. Hey, I got that one wrong. I'm gonna try to do better next time, and see what kind of bonds of trust that builds. Let me know if there's a time where you've been able to get it right by recognizing you got it wrong and what that created. Do me a favor, help the channel grow, please. Give it a like. I'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.